Hi, I'm back. Did you miss me? I recorded half this video and I was talking and realized that I hadn't hit the record button. Mm-hmm. At any rate, I wanted to show you, this is a very different video than my last one, so if you watched the last video, this is going to be much happier. And those of you who originally watched my videos because I talked about Filofax, they're going to be thrilled because, you see it? It's about a Filofax. I had quit using Filofax several months ago for a variety of reasons, but it boiled down to the fact that the inserts just weren't working. They're just too small. You bump into the rings. There were a variety of factors that were just driving me crazy about Filofax. So I quit using it. The problem was then, though, that I also used Filofax as my wallet, and I went back to a regular wallet, and I hated it. I had my wallet stolen a couple years ago, and going back to from a personal size Filofax to a wallet was very frustrating for me. I carry a really large bag, and my wallet would be like rolling around the bottom of it, and I couldn't immediately feel it, and I would panic, and I never liked the situation. So Filofax, the other day, I'd been thinking of going pocket, slimline, something to that effect. The other day, Filofax had a hell of a sale on their Compact Chameleons. I'm guessing that they're trying to phase them out, which is just, another stupid move by Filofax to get rid of a perfectly wonderful binder. But they were such a good sale. I bought two. So this is the first one. I bought it Wednesday. It got here Friday, which is really unusual. Usually Filofax takes about a week to even ship out. The raspberry is not here yet. I bought a red and a raspberry, but I'm in love with it. Those of you who have been following me for a while may know that I had a little bit of a topaz disaster. I had a blue topaz that I loved, but it started wearing on the clasp and at the corners of the stamped material like the chameleons are. I'll show you in just a second. So it was a cowhide that was stamped just like the chameleons are, and it started wearing, and so I talked to Filofax, and that's when they sent me the black Malden. And I love the Malden. I have used the heck out of it. I've even named it, love it. But I've missed the topaz ever since and was always sorry that I turned it in. Anyway, I love the chameleon as much as I love that topaz. I absolutely adore this binder. It has a stamped, sort of snake-looking pattern on it, and they almost look like little hearts. It's really cute. So it is textured. If you like texture, you're really going to love it. I didn't like the texture on the pink Malden nearly as well. I liked the black one. The black one was just softer and smoother, and I didn't care for the pink one as well. But I like smooth leather, but this is just, I don't know, there's something about these textured ones that I just really, really love. The size difference between a personal and a compact looks about like this. It's a little bit narrower, and I'll show you how weird that is here in just a second, although it makes sense. A heck of a lot thinner, though. Now, the weight difference is not huge. I think the biggest difference is that you can't cram it full of a bunch of crap like you can a personal. You can cram the Malden just chock full. If you have a Cuban zip, you can cram it even fuller. But if you had the guts out of both binders, if you had them both empty, I'm not sure there would be a big weight difference. So it's not going to weigh a whole lot less, except for the fact that, if you keep your personal size trimmed down, I'm not sure there's a reason to downsize. Yeah, the rings are a lot smaller, but those rings don't, to me, seem to account for a whole bunch of weight anyway. I don't know. It may bug you. You may feel very differently about it. That's okay. It used to really bother me why Filofax made these little bitty inserts, and they had all this space in the binder, and I kept thinking, God, if they just made them, even half an inch wider, they would be so much easier to write on, and you wouldn't have to worry about bumping against the rings and blah, blah, blah. Well, now I understand why they do it, because in a compact, it's real difficult to get a pin in there because they're so much narrower that your stuff goes almost right to the very edge. See, there's not much space there, and this is a Kuru Toga mechanical pencil. And so it's not real wide. It's not as thick as in diameter as, say, a big 4-color, which I prefer to carry. But I'm trying to stretch that pen a little bit. It does have an elasticized, so this part is leather. The back side is elasticized. That does help. Elasticized pen loop. But there's just not much space there. Bless you. And you can see the amount of space here. That's where the pocket is. I'll show you that in just a second. But it is fantastic. I absolutely love it. So it's a very cherry red. And that color that I'm seeing on my monitor is pretty true. It's a blue red. It's not an orange red, so it's not a race car burn your retinas out. You know, like here's a good comparison. You know that Moleskine red planner and notebook that they make? Doesn't look anything like that. This is much easier on the eyes. It's much more cherry red, much more blue than those. It has a whole whack of pockets in the front. There are 3 of these credit card pocket slots on each side, and then this pocket behind, and that's pretty. It's a little bit stiff to start with, but it's pretty flexible. I can get my hand in there to get stuff in and out, and it's really not. You know, the Cuban Zip had one right here, and it was just almost useless because it was against those humongous rings. I think in this case, having the little tiny rings makes a big difference. This is a card that was sent to me by a friend. It's Jasmine Beckett Griffith Art. Love her. I have in the front a couple of, I have exactly 3 business card holders, and I just keep the stuff that I like to carry in my Filofax. So pictures of my kids, some fortunes, more pictures of my munchkins when they were little, just silly stuff. And then I carry, I don't see any reason why I can't show you that stuff. Business cards, Piercing Studio, the comic book store, Green-Eyed Owl, she's fabulous, Herbs, Tiptoe Chick if you know who she is. And I don't really care if you have my library card number, library cards, other business cards in the back. And then I only have 2 dividers back here, and all I'm keeping is like some notes and lists. I have 1 financial page, and that just says when certain bills come out automatically, and then in the back I have addresses. Now in the very back of the Chameleon is a zippered pocket. It has a wee little zipper on it. This would be a really neat place for one of those real cute charms because the zipper is just tiny. I don't know if you can see that well. Probably not because it's red on red. This would be a really great place for one of those charms. The pocket is fairly easy to get into. If you wanted to use it for change, you could. I have just my check stubs from work. So pretty easy to get into. So the pocket is actually useful, which is nice. Some of those that had pockets in them were just useless. Anyway, I'll do another video when the raspberry comes in and show you the comparison of the colors. If you missed the sale, I'm really sorry because it was a fantastic sale, and the Compact Chameleon is beautiful, and the compact size is a brilliant size. I hope Filofax makes more of them because it's a really excellent alternative to Pocket. Pocket is just so small, and if you don't want to carry personal because it's too big, too heavy, too unwieldy, or you want one to use just as a wallet and a few lists or notes, the compact size is brilliant. It is perfect. There it is. If you have any questions, let me know, and the next video will probably be another Filofax video as well. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye.